Hello all, welcome to this session. In this session, I am going to answer one of the Java interview questions. That is, what is the size of byte data type in Java? Let me answer. Byte is one of the primitive data types we have in Java. Other than byte, we have seven other primitive data types. Let me list down all the primitive data types for you one by one. So here are the eight primitive data types we have. One is byte, then we have short, then we have int, then we have long, then we have double, and before double we have something like float, then we have char, and then we have boolean. Okay, these are the total eight primitive data types we have, and in that the question is all about the first primitive data type, that is byte. Okay, byte is one of the primitive data type. And the question is all about what is the size of the byte data type. If you get this kind of question, okay, that is what is the size of byte data type in Java, you have to answer that as 1 byte. Okay, it's 1 byte in size. 1 byte is equal to 8 bits. So let me do the math. Okay, so here byte data type, here the first primitive data type, the size of this is 1 byte. Okay, 1 byte, which is nothing but equal to 8 bits. So if it is 8 bits, so all these 4 byte, short, int, long primitive data types store integer values. Okay, they can store numerical values, non-decimal numerical values. They can store into the variables. When this data types declare that variables, right, into that variables, okay, we can store numerical non-decimal values. But they differ in size. For example, byte is of 1 byte, whereas short is of 2 bytes, double the size of byte. Whereas int is double the size of short, that is 4 bytes. Whereas long is double the size of int, that is what's the double the size of 4? 8, right? 8 bytes. Okay. So coming to the first one, byte primitive data type, it is of 1 byte in size, which is 8 bits. So, but coming to the numbers, okay, depending on this size, right, we can store a range of numbers. Okay. So into the byte primitive data type declared variable, we can store a range of values. Beyond that, we cannot store because of this size limitation. Okay, it's 1 byte, 8 bits, because of which a range of values starting from minus 128 to 127 are only allowed. If you try to assign any other value which is either less than minus 28 or more than 127, you are going to get a compiler error. Let me now practically demonstrate this one for you. So for practical demonstration, I would like to switch to Eclipse IDE here, and I'm going to create a new class. I've right clicked on the package and I'm just creating a new class here. I'll just name this class as class G. Okay. So with main method I'm creating. So inside this main method, main method, I'm going to create a variable and declare that variable with byte data type. Okay, I'm declaring this particular variable with byte data type. Now, if I have to assign some value to this particular variable which is declared with byte data type, it will only accept the values within the range of minus 128 to 127. Okay, if I try to assign minus 128, it will accept. I'll not get any compiler error. If I try to assign 127, then also it will accept, no problem. Okay, 0, it will accept, no problem. But what if I give more than 127? Okay, here the range is up to 127, but I'm trying to give more than 127. If I give the next number 128, the moment I give that, you see I'm getting a compiler error saying type mismatch cannot convert from int to byte. Okay, this is not this size is not possible. Okay, we cannot store this size of number into a variable which is declared with byte data type up to 127. Okay, 121, 122, 126, 127, anything you can store, or it should be negative value up to minus 128. Less than minus 128, you see, you have to go from minus 128 to 127. Okay, the number should be in this range. If you give at least one number, okay, the one below number as one minus 128, if I give something like minus 129, immediately I'm going to get a compiler error. So I can give minus 128, 127, minus 126, minus 127. Okay, so 5, 4, 3, and so on till 0, Okay, -1, 0, I can give, then 1, 2, 3, and so on till 127 is the last number. Okay, -128 to what is the range? -128 to 127. How this range has been decided? That's the question. Okay. Now I have practically showed you that a variable that is declared with byte data type can only store the numbers from -128 to 127. But how that is happening, how that calculation is happening is, you see, when I say byte data type can store, okay, the size of the byte data type, byte is 1 byte, I said, right? That is equal to 8 bits. And there is a formula, guys, to get that range. That is 2 power, this is 8 bits, right? 2 power 8 minus 1. What is 2 power 8 minus 1? 2 power 7, right? 2. Here I have to give minus, guys, first of all. Okay, so first I have to start with minus 2 power the 8 bits, that is 8 minus 1. This is the formula. 2 plus 2 power 8 minus 1. Again, I have to say minus 1. There is a reason why I'm giving -1 here at the end. Why? Because there is something known as 0 here, 0 to that number. But here -1 to that number. Okay. So let's calculate. What is 2 power 8 minus 1? It is nothing but minus 2 power 7 to plus 2 power 7 and then -1 is a separate thing. Okay. So let's calculate minus 2 power 7. Minus 2 power 7 means 2 into 2 into 2 into 2, 7 times you have to multiply. So here, how many times it came? 4. Here, 3 times, 7 times. 2 to the 4, 4 to the 8, 8 to the 16, 16 to the 32, 32 to the 64, 64 to the 128. That means minus 128. Here, minus 2 power. So minus 128 is the answer. 2 plus 2 power 7. Plus 2 power 7 means same thing, right? 2 into 2, 7 times. That is plus 128 will come. But there is minus 1 left out. Why we are giving -1 here? Because there is something like 0 here. -1 to -128 is one size. Since there is 0, it can only accommodate up to. That's why formula is designed like this. Okay. -128 minus 1 means, sorry, 128 minus 1 means 127. Okay. So the range is -128 to 127. This is a formula, guys. Okay. This is a formula based on the size of the data type. If it is 1 byte, it's 8 bits. And you can decide the range using this formula, guys. Okay. -2 power, the size, bit size -1 to plus 2 power, bit size -1. And final value -1. Okay. So hence we got a range as -128 to 127. Okay. So we can store the values from -128 to 127 range into this variable declared with byte data type. And the size of the byte data type in Java is 1 byte. So hope, guys, you got the answer for this question with practical demonstration. So that's all for this session. Thank you. Bye-bye.